The opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of this network, their group, or other organization they may be involved with.
Hello, everybody. I'm not moving tonight, but I will be moving this week. I will be once I get my Wi-Fi stick. I will finally, at least I have him up on the screen, but he started pausing again, so I just paused it. But at least it's Machete Cat and not a Potley. But so I will be back on the full avatar. But in the meantime, we have the lovely Ron back after his road trip. How was your road trip last week, Ron?
It was freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. My very first in-person 420 event ever. And
really?
It was, oh yeah, I've watched 420 events online. I've hosted 2 420 sessions where we did we smoked in the 420 from coast to coast in Canada here, from the East Coast to the West Coast, but I've never attended a event in person, and it was freaking awesome. And what was even more awesome is I was able to go there, help and represent NOK Network, and advertising for the Stoner Games Cannabis Cup coming up and the 710 Stoner Games coming up in July.
Amazing.
So,
yeah, no, I seen your guys' pictures. You guys looked, and it was a beautiful weekend for the driving too. It looked like
gorgeous weather for the drive. Yes. Long drive, but
I've never gone to like the event similar to yours. But we used to have in Nova Scotia before legalization. We used to have like these. I used to call them. It was like yard sale for potheads. And it was like a 3-day weekend, and everybody would come and they would have a booth, and it would be from different dispensaries across the province and some from New Brunswick. And we would just listen to music, and then you go and buy like different products from each booth. Like it was kind of like that, but yours is more like a trade show, right? Like yours was more like a cannabis trade show, wasn't it?
Kind of, yeah. You could purchase some booths had the cannabis and mushrooms available for purchase. And some people had it was also like a market. Some people had like Elle of NOK Network here, Elle Aubin. She has Elle's Loving Crafts, where she makes these crafts and stuff, and jewelry and beading and stuff, and sells that.
Awesome.
So it was pretty cool. And
yeah, it's a little
lots
bit
of
different,
educational.
Yeah, they're fun. I wish they had more of them. Like around here, they stopped doing them after legalization, and that was kind of a sad thing. And a lot of places around here won't insure them now when they want to do a cannabis-based event, which is ridiculous.
There's never anything here, so
it's like you'll allow a drinking party on your property, but you won't allow a cannabis smoking. Like, are you serious? Like cannabis heads are notorious for being chill as fuck.
Right?
There was zero issues.
Right? Even though it's legalized, they still have that stigma, like campgrounds and shit, right? And I'm just like,
yeah. The event I was at, Canada Crawl down in Hamilton, the vendors were packed and the attendees were packed, and there was zero issues.
Absolutely.
It was the politest big crowd that I've ever seen. There was so many. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no, here you go first. Here, you go ahead. No.
The only issue they have is the smell of weed, because other like people outside people don't like it. And I'm just like, oh my God, are we seriously in this day and age complaining about the smell of pot in an outdoor space? Like seriously.
Well, this was indoor. This was indoor and outdoor.
We would have less wars, and we wouldn't have Trump elected as fucking president. So
there it is.
I'll take this as a lesson.
This was indoor and outdoor, and there was smoking on everywhere. So it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah, that must seem like
smells
fun
better than cigarettes.
Right. 100%.
So I'd rather walk into a big cloud of pot smoke than a big cloud of nicotine smoke.
Or like I said, I would rather walk into a room full of potheads than a room full of drunks any day.
Yes, exactly.
100%.
Like, hands down.
Yep.
And usually people that are drunk are smoking cigarettes on top of that. So you got that
Exactly.
into it, right?
They
Right.
stink
Like
and they're
90%. And
assholes.
even people that don't smoke, they smoke when they're drunk.
Yep.
Especially if they're in an outdoor event. So like, like definitely like it should be encouraged more instead of less. But at least around here in Nova Scotia, we still got a lot of old school people with their old school beliefs that are the ones running the campgrounds and stuff.
Yeah.
So if I was rich enough, I'd just buy a space that it would just be 420 per event only. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Alrighty, so we got 4 great stories this week. I usually do 3. I pulled up one at the last minute because oh my god. So we're gonna break right in with the first mugshot here. And I get this. I have my last story is from Scotland. So we got a Scotland story.
I'm so happy right now.
Okay, so the first one actually doesn't have a mugshot. So this is what I wanted to cover first. So the first thing I'm just going to do is I'm going to read the story, and then I'm going to bring up the video that I have to go along with it.
Okay.
Because I have video of this incident. So once you hear the headline, you're going to, I didn't get a mugshot. They did finally release his name. I got 2 videos to go with this. One is like the original news story. One is an update. But I still couldn't find his mugshot. But I'm going to read the story because the story's short, but I've got a lot to go with this.
Okay.
So this is from WANTV.com, April 22nd, 2026. Man shot after pointing a crossbow at police in downtown Decatur. Decatur said that, where is this? I think Illinois. Decatur police said they shot a man who pointed a crossbow, and I have the video of him pointing the crossbow at the cops.
Wow.
Officers on Wednesday morning at downtown. He didn't die. He's recovering, so that's why I'm covering this. He didn't get fatally shot or anything. But it's just like how stupid, like you brought, like he's literally, I've got the video of him getting out of the car and pointing this fucking crossbow at the cops.
Oh my god. Why do you have a crossbow in your car?
And this is the whole story.
Great.
They responded at 9:30 a.m. in the middle of the street, Franklin Street, with a person with a gun. But according to police, officers arrived and followed a man into the nearby building who pointed a crossbow at officers. The building houses former Captain's Place and City Taxi. Police then shot the suspect several times. Police said he was taken to the hospital for treatment. Police have not released identity, but I do have the video update that did release identity or said he had a connection to the building. Early Wednesday morning, a downtown transportation was placed on lockdown, according to the Illinois State Police. So yeah, this happened in Illinois.
Wow.
So the first video I've got that I'm going to show you is actually like the raw, and it's a short video of the actual incident. It's like the raw video, and then I have a news report, and then I have the update. So I'm going to show you guys the actual, like this must have been caught by somebody else, because you can tell. So
Okay.
we're going to add this stage. This is rather short. This is the incident here. That's him pointing the crossbow right
Holy
there.
shit.
Wow.
He's an older guy too. What?
Yeah, he's an old white dude.
Ooh, dude.
Surprise.
This
That was
guy
him
is
pointing
like,
it there.
Wow.
So that was the one that I found, and then I found a full the second one is a full news report that details the whole incident. So we're going to put that one just.
Out of Macon County State
I thought it was going to be
Police
some
are releasing the name
young
of the man they
gangbanger.
say shot a crossbow toward a Decatur officer
Not some old
earlier this
dude.
week. Now, we first brought you the story live from East William Street on Wednesday. You can
this
see
one
the
did I
video
identify.
here. A witness sent into our station. You can see the suspect with the crossbow. State police have now identified that individual as Michael Bolliard of Decatur. They say no other information is available at this time. Law enforcement has not confirmed anything regarding his condition. For more details of what led up to the crime, you can head to WCIA.com. Now,
So yeah, and then the other, I did get another update. I don't know if it gives us any more, but I'm going to add it and we're going to watch it. It was another one from Fox News. I did read in one of the stories that I was looking at that he wasn't fatally shot. So he's recovering in hospital. So whatever injuries he got, he's not like fatally.
Developing story.
good.
Decatur police say officers shot a man who was armed with a crossbow. Now you can see in this video here that was shared with us by a viewer that this happened in downtown Decatur earlier today. Our Brianna Moreland has been on scene all day. She joins us live now. Brianna, what happened?
Stacy, this happened earlier this morning, just before 9:30, right across from the Decatur Civic Center. People nearby who work nearby tell me that they were frightened when they come to work and they see officers with their guns drawn out. And some businesses had to go on lockdown. Decatur police say they were first called to the 300 block of East William Street for reports of a man with a gun. Officers say the man led them into a building in the 400 block of East William. Police say that's where they found him, armed, not with a gun, but a crossbow. They say he pointed it at officers, causing them to fire and hit the suspect multiple times. The man, whose identity has not been released, was taken to a hospital and is being treated for his injuries. Officers have been going in and out of the captain's palace, and an evidence marker was placed next to what appeared to be an arrow outside of the Decatur Transit Center. I also spoke with someone who works nearby who says they saw officers ducking behind the car and firing shots. He says it felt like something out of a cowboy movie. Live in Decatur, working for you. I'm Brianna Moreland.
Thanks, Brianna. Illinois State Police are now handling the investigation, which is standard procedure following an officer-involved shooting. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stacey Skryzak. Decatur police say officers shot a man who was armed with a crossbow. Now you can take a look.
Explain it again.
Media. It all started right behind me in the 300.
They're giving them more here. I thought they were just repeating it.
She joins us live. What happened?
In that video you just watched that was circling around social media, it all started right behind me in the 300 block of William Street and ended just a block away with the police-involved shooting in the 400 block of William Street. Police say that's where they found the suspect, armed, not with a gun, but a crossbow. They say he pointed it at officers.
Wow.
So yeah, to actually aim that at the cops when you know, and he doesn't look like he was going for a boost. I think he was just aiming it at anybody that came near him, because in that video he was just aiming it at random cars that were driving up.
There's got to be more coming out.
He's had to have been on something that impaired his judgment, or had a mental breakdown or something.
Going.
Or he's just some angry old dude.
I mean,
he looked pretty pissed off, didn't he?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he did not look happy. But, I mean, you know.
Okay, so the next mugshot I got up for it, I'm going to give a little hint and say, Jennifer, this one's for you. What do you think this man did? We're going to let Ron go first.
I think it might be easier to say what he didn't do. This guy here, he tried to rob some grandma, and he fled off in a car. He's in a police chase, and he's shooting out at the cops.
You're not fully wrong on that. You're actually closer than you think. I can make a statement here and say, this looks like a motherfucker that I would date. This is my daddy coming through. He looks like he served 10 years in prison and murdered somebody, so he looks like my type of man. So I'd say that. But Jennifer, what do you think this guy did? Hint,
is this my guy?
This your guy. This is your man.
Is this the one?
This is the one.
This is the man? Okay. Can I say it?
You can say it.
This is the guy that was
You don't
caught.
know the full story.
No, all I heard was he was caught driving on the highway and matching the speed with women and jerking off to them.
That isn't the full story. That is a little.
That's what I heard on
know.
the radio.
I'm not sure if that detail's in here. This is the only Naked Man Florida story that was out, so it has to be him.
It might not be him then.
Yeah. So I'm going to read the headline because he was driving around nude.
Okay.
I don't know if he was jerking off. This might tell us, and I've got full news report with this too. But I looked it up. This was the only man this week naked in Florida driving cars. That doesn't mean that there hasn't been past stories.
Yes. No.
There was a dude driving around in 2019 that was jerking off. That might have been the story you've seen, or it might have been this one.
Maybe.
Because this guy was driving around nude in Florida in a police chase.
Fuck.
Or they
Well, then I
combine
think
stories
it's a
because we know
different-
how
well,
the internet
I'm not
is. We're not sure. We're going to read and we're going to get all the details together. But I pulled the only naked man, Florida man story that, because she was telling me the details. So I looked this one up. This is the only one that came in this week. However, it may have been an older one you've seen because there was one from 2019 and I do believe he was masturbating as well.
I just heard it on the radio the other morning.
This might be him,
okay.
or it just wasn't in the major headlines, but this was the only naked Florida man one I could hear. So we're going to get the details, and I'm going to read the details for you.
Still great.
GulfCoastNewsNow.com, April 23rd, 2026. Lee County's deputy arrests naked man accused of stealing car and stealing gas from a gas station. Man was arrested in Fort Myers on Tuesday after being accused of stealing from a gas station and stealing a car. According to Lee County Sheriff's Office, deputies responded to the Circle K on San Carlos Boulevard in reference to a theft. As employees told deputies, a man had stolen merchandise from the store before fleeing the scene in the vehicle. Security camera from the store captured the moments of it happened around 1 a.m. Hopefully we get that in the news report. I'm taking all this stuff. I ain't paying for it, the suspect said. You're joking, right? The employee responded. Nah, I'm not, bro, the man replied. Deputies identified the suspect as Carlos Santana, 36, according to LCSO. He was wearing blue and white hoodie and tan pants as he left the store with a can of Fort Loco and 4 packs of cigarettes worth less than $50. I can't believe you just walked out with them, the employee said. He grabbed the stuff and then starts walking out, and I'm like, you paying for this? Circle K clerk said, no, in the body camera footage. I think we do have the body camera footage from him taking this shit from the store, too.
Right.
Deputies located the vehicle described by the employee at the Cascades Clear Apartments. Further investigation revealed that the car had been stolen after the same suspect from the gas station had forcibly entered and occupied the residence within the apartment complex. So he stole the vehicle and then broke into an apartment complex.
What?
According to the arrest report, he reportedly broke in while a mother and her children were sleeping, stole her keys, and drove off with her black Chevy Traverse.
Oh my!
Wow. This guy's just a bad dude all around.
He's just
Deputies located Santana naked in an abandoned home on Church Street in Fort Myers. A K-9 unit moved in and found Santana naked inside the home. Stop right there, don't move, the deputy said in the body cam footage. Santana was arrested and faces charges of burglary of a dwelling, petite theft, and grand theft auto. Neighbors in the area said incidents like this were a reminder to stay vigilant. So yeah, like I don't think this was the one you heard. I did look up those details and I couldn't pull up one. I did pull up one from 2019 that was similar.
Maybe sorry.
No, this is still a good story.
This is great. Well, it's terrible.
Why was this guy naked though? Why was this guy naked?
When he got naked, did he get naked when he was in the house at the abandoned home on Church Street? I'm assuming he got naked. Why would you get naked?
Right? Why?
I mean,
I could see you wanting to change your clothes if you were on the run, but you had obviously you didn't. You didn't change into clothes. He was found naked in an abandoned home.
I don't know. Maybe he just likes to be naked. Some people just like to be nudists, guys. Don't judge.
So yeah,
people just like to let it all hang loose.
He broke into a mother's home while her kids were sleeping, stole the keys to her SUV, went to the gas station, stole gas station to abandon the vehicle and then go hide in an abandoned home. Like zero purpose to this shit whatsoever. Like completely useless.
He didn't think about this at all. There was no thought put into this.
So he must have went to steal the vehicle and the vehicle had no gas in it or something.
You imagine?
Casual.
You fucking
why
imagine.
Would you steal gas?
This is why I don't put
had
gas in my car until the next morning.
Check the gas tank. Maybe check the gas tank. Learn how to hot wire instead of just. That's the most brazen way I've ever heard anybody steal a vehicle. Breaking into somebody's home to steal their keys. He must have known her to know where her keys were.
Well, maybe they were just like in a bowl by the front door.
It could have
so many
been,
people. The keys are right there. My keys are hanging up right by the front door.
I'm almost betting this bitch got daddy issues like me and was fucking this dude on the side. I'm willing to bet it. He probably fucks like a champ. Okay, they all do.
Christine.
I'm sorry. That's the reason why they're You get hooked. You get dick blind.
It's true though.
It's a serious condition. Dick blindness affects at least 50 to 60 women across the globe. We need to talk about it more. It is a serious condition.
Normalize dick blindness.
Normalize talking about dick blindness. Yes, because it is serious. I've done some stupid shit while I've been dick blind.
Preach, sister.
Oh,
I don't have that problem anymore, though. Just saying.
I can bet you money that this girl probably let him into her apartment one night, fucking for a one night stand or something, and he eyeballed her fucking keys and come back like a week later and stole them.
Like his eyes are like peering into me, and it's creeping me out.
I find him hot. That's what's wrong with me. I realize that my brain goes, I want to fuck that, but why? Like, I've been enlightened enough now to go, that's not attractive. Why do you think that way? Do you know who he looks like? Do you know who he looks like? Fucking Big Daddy.
Fuck off.
Yup.
Oh, I can see
my biggest weakness. So he could be his fucking, if he just had blue eyes, he'd be him. So, daddy issues. Hey, listen, I've healed. I see it now. I understand it. I don't go for them anymore. I'm just saying that's what I used to would have been attracted to before I became aware of my daddy issues.
You see,
he looks handsome.
Of your ways.
He still does. This is why I'm celibate, because I can't make good choices.
I mean, dude, preach.
My superpower is picking the biggest dick in the room to fall for.
Literally and figuratively.
Both.
Exactly.
Both. I'm telling you.
Exactly. I get it. I was that person too.
Yeah. That's why you went lesbian.
That's why I have a 10-year-old son.
I have a 16-year-old son. Although that one, I wasn't dick blind by him, so
I was.
It was the other way around on that one.
Yeah. Well, let's move on.
Yes. Oh, I've got a beautiful picture for you guys. I've got another just wonderful fucking storyline for you guys. Here's this. What do you think she did? She.
I thought that was a he.
I did too.
It's a she. She's a she. So
please tell me this doesn't involve children.
It doesn't involve children.
Okay, that makes me happy.
This involves alcohol or meth.
She killed her wife.
Alcohol or meth.
Because
I would say that Ron's probably right on that one. And I'm going to say this story has a similarity to the last story.
Was she naked driving?
She was naked somewhere.
Did she break into an ex's house naked?
No, more public. Way more public.
Like a mall?
Like a grocery store.
No!
This was from independent.uk, Friday, 27th of March.
Wow.
53-year-old woman accused of stripping naked, insulting customers in a Pennsylvania grocery store. And I have video. I have video of this one. I have a 4-minute video of the entire incident.
Christine, marry me.
Tammy Cannot, 53, of North Huntington, is facing multiple charges following a Thursday incident in Giant Eagle at Oak Park Mall shopping center. So you were right. It was a grocery store in a shopping center.
Okay, halfway.
Officers responded to the chaotic scene just after 3 p.m. where they found a woman naked and bleeding from her face. Video recorded by a customer appears to show Cannot taking off her clothes, pushing a dog in a stroller, and kicking and shoving employees and bystanders while knocking over food displays.
You pushed a dog, bitch.
No, she had a dog pushing it in a stroller.
Oh, what?
So she's quite clearly not on this planet. I think if you listen to it, I think that somebody was trying to tell her to take the dog out of the store, and that's why she lost her shit. I think. I'm not sure.
God,
the footage obtained by WPX is blurred, but customers could be heard reacting to the wild scene. Ooh, you're a weirdo, one person yelled as Cannot stripped down to nothing. Wearing just her shoes, the naked woman appeared to swing at nearby customers and employees who tried to intervene. Could you imagine going to get some tomatoes and have to watch that?
I just gotta go get some nacho chips, and then this is what you see.
And you're just watching like, I mean, it's like like the video that I have of her flipping out. It's like a 5-minute flip out.
Okay.
So this is where we are now in society.
Oh,
yes,
honey,
this is where
we've been here for a while.
Right? I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
I think some of that Florida meth made it to Pennsylvania.
Don't tell my wife, she's gonna go there for work soon.
I think some of the Florida meth may have made its way down the coastline a little to Pennsylvania because, where there's 2 people on the side where the store were injured during the incident and treated by medics. Authorities did not release the details of severity of their injury. Cannot was also treated for minor injuries. It's unclear. Okay, it's unclear what led up to the bizarre incident, but police said that several witnesses interviewed, all available CCTV footage were reviewed. So I just thought I heard in the videos her freaking out about her dog or something, but I could be wrong.
I mean,
you charged with 2 counts of simple assault, indecent exposure, criminal mischief, distorted conduct, open lewdness, and harassment. She got a whap of charges.
Wow.
Jesus. She's going to jail.
Whack of charges for a wacko.
I was gonna say for a wackadoodle.
So what I have here for this one is I have an S2B. I have a news report, and then I have the actual footage that the customer took.
Oh, Christine,
so we're gonna add that.
So
we're gonna do the news report, and then we're gonna watch the cell phone footage from the
accused of being naked in a giant eagle in White Oak appeared in court today. 53-year-old Tammy Canutt of North Huntington is accused of attacking people, throwing things, and stripping off all her clothes. Cell phone video captured the incident.
KDK's Josh Taylor is here now with more on what happened. Josh.
Ken and Christine, Tammy Canutt was arrested inside a local grocery store after an altercation involving store employees and other customers. And when customers at that store found out what happened, they were both shocked and sympathetic and hoping that she gets some form of help. Now, Canutt has been held in Allegheny County Jail the past couple weeks and had her preliminary hearing in district court this afternoon. White Oak police were called to the Giant Eagle on Lincoln Way on the afternoon of March 26th. That's where they found Canutt naked and bleeding from her face. They also found a store display damaged and items scattered about the store. Now, cell phone video showed Canutt screaming and throwing things around the store. Police say an employee tried to intervene, but she attacked that employee and then scratched a customer in the face and bit her hand. Canutt's attorney says this is a case that cries out for a mental health resolution.
Yeah,
it's true.
Made arrangements.
They really do need to
have her
step
evaluated
up
by
mental health because I see way too many of these
psychologist
kinds of
of
people
my
out in
choosing.
public.
I'm waiting on
like I said, I was
word
a
back
medic
from
for
the
10
Allegheny
years.
County Jail as to
Way
what
too
kind of
much.
protocol they have to clear him so he can get in and do his work. Right now, there's she's coping.
And there's nobody trained around to actually deal with them. Like those employees don't know how to deal with somebody
Canutt
that's
faces a
having
total of 10 charges,
manic
including
fit,
multiple charges of simple assault, disorderly conduct, and harassment. A court date has not yet.
And here's
the thing. It's not their fault, though. That's the thing. It's not the employee's fault for not knowing. It's the employer's fault for not providing any training. Not that, I mean, I think.
But how are you going to, like, I'm sorry, but it's hard to, on the best of days, to deal with somebody mentally ill like that. What needs to happen is there needs to be better systems in place to have those people being taken care of and not out on the street medicated to be a danger to people.
There's
we shouldn't have to be trained to deal with that. It should be dealt with in the medical system. And we've discussed many times that our mental health is a joke in the US and Canada specifically.
Yes. Yes.
And this is the result of what happens when when people don't pay attention to mental health.
Yep.
Right.
Because that woman is clearly broken. And I'm seeing the video, you'll see the video. And
you know, like
drug-induced psychosis and all this shit's happening and it's not being taken care of.
And here's the thing, a lot of people, like, I mean, we laugh at this and we joke around, but like we all know too that this is a serious issue. Like, it's amusing for us to watch this woman, but at the same time, my heart, as I know both of yours, heart breaks for this woman. Because I don't know.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to cover this story, was I looked at it and it's not entirely funny. It's funny that she, like, the incident was,
it's funny,
but at the same time, I wanted to also bring this up because I see people like this in my town wandering around and I'm waiting for the day that they actually hurt somebody or do something that's going to cause them to, like, because we have one woman around here that screams at the top of her lungs at the teenagers. She just walks around town. And I'm like, one of these days she's going to hurt one of these kids. And nobody's doing anything about it. Nobody is out there taking care of her. There's nothing in place for her to go. Like, we just don't have our medical system so strained that we're down to the basics.
We're down to below
mental
the
health
basics.
is the one that's going first.
We're scraping the bottom of the fucking barrel here.
Yeah, it's North American wide as well. It's not localized to just any one area.
No, it's not. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's, like frontline workers. And no, it's everybody. It's fucking everybody.
Yeah.
There's so much. And it's really sick because, like, it's still so stigmatized that there are still people out there fighting the help. I don't need help. I'm fine.
I'll give you a really good example of where we're failing. Like, I have been dealing with some major mental health issues with somebody I'm close to. And one thing I've noticed is that none of the school staff is equipped to deal with any kid with any mental illness. And that's where it
started.
They are not, they're not even, I'm educating them on mental and ADHD. And I'm like, you should know this shit.
Dudes.
How are you guys not taking seminars on ADHD as a fucking school principal?
I had it out with the principal and my son's teachers at his last school, not the one he's currently at, but he was getting bullied by teachers and students alike. And he has ADHD. He's on the spectrum, but he is super smart and phenomenal. But people put him in a box immediately, right? So they see this hyperactive kid and they're like, nope, he's bad, in a box. There's no help for them. None.
But they're not given the tools though either. They're not given the education to deal with it. No. And it's our government's fault, because that should be mandatory as teachers to be trained. Or at least have one person at that school that's a trained therapist that can at least, if I'm educating the teacher or the principal on ADHD, that's fucking sad.
Thank you.
And she's outright saying, I don't know what to do. They're not given the equipment or the skills either. So I don't blame the staff. I blame the fact that our system doesn't allow to make it mandatory to have health professionals in the schools.
No, and they're taking all the EAs away from our kids
when it comes to any kind of mental health.
Like,
even the guidance counselors.
EAs are losing their jobs because whatever. But like, I know that my son qualified for an EA at one point, but doesn't anymore because there's no one there to help him.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is that we don't have enough and it starts early. So if we had trained professionals in the school properly dealing with it, instead of just saying it's not my problem, we're just here for education, we would nip it in the butt 90% of the time. But nobody's getting to those kids at that age, because the school, and I went through the system. I didn't have mental issues. I was in an abusive home trying to get out of an abusive home, and they would, like, there is no resources. And that is the only place those kids are going to besides home.
Yeah.
So there should be more resources there. And there's not. Like I said, the guidance counselors they've got there are just teachers they throw in that position. It should be a trained fucking therapist in there helping those kids through their abusive situations or their mental health issues or whatever it may be. But it's teachers that are stuck in that role that don't even have the training to be there.
It's true. And I'm going to tell you though, like, the school my son is in now saved him. He loves school again. He had one teacher last year and she literally like made him love school again. She understood him. She was loving to him. And it's people and teachers like that. And I told her, and I still tell her, like, you are a person who was meant to be a teacher. And it's just, it's devastating to watch your child suffer in a system where you know they shouldn't.
Oh, I know. I 100% know, right?
It's shitty. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's mental health sucks. Like, and our system is broken. That's it. Like,
that's it. Yeah. So we're gonna get back to some lighthearted one, because this last story we can laugh at this one wholeheartedly. This is the most ironic fucking shit I've heard. This is the one that comes from Scotland. I'm gonna show you this guy's picture.
Scotland.
You guys are gonna try to guess what this motherfucker did. And no, he's not a pedo. I know he looks like he touches children, but he doesn't.
Okay.
It's got something to do with something. It's incredibly Scottish.
I was gonna say he's a cult leader, but
no. He kind of looks like he could be a cult leader.
Incredibly Scottish? So
it's an incredibly Scottish story, and it's the most ironic story you'll ever hear in your life.
I want to say something to do with a kilt.
He might have had a kilt on while he was doing this.
He was wearing a kilt, got drunk at a party.
At a party or had a party?
At a party.
At a party, okay.
And I don't know, started doing something.
Yeah. Well, okay. You were right. He did get drunk. He did get drunk.
In a pub.
Yeah.
He might have been in a pub. Okay, I'm gonna read this because you guys are gonna laugh. You fucking hold out this one. I fucking laugh.
Alcohol is definitely involved. Alcohol is definitely involved. That's all I have to say.
This is from BBC.com, April 9, 2026. Headline reads: Drunk drive ban for alcohol-free bar general manager.
Nope, read that again.
The guy manages an alcohol-free bar, and he got burnt for drinking and driving.
No!
And he's a manager of an alcohol-free bar.
Okay, so that tracks, because look at him. He looks like an alcohol-free bar owner. But, like, the fact that he...
And when you read the story, so this is the story. I'll get you the full details because it's funny. The general manager of an alcohol-free bar has been banned from driving after being caught behind the wheel while 4 times the legal limit. Hayden Jerry, 33, of Silver is the name of the bar. The name of the bar is Silver, S-O-B-R.
The name of the bar is Sober.
Yep. And he was in there. I think he was actually drinking there. I'm not sure.
At his sober bar?
I think so. I'm going to read all through the story. Charity of Notting Hill, Aberdeenshire, was banned from driving for a year at the Sherry's Court after being fined of a total of £520. The bar said he was being supported personally and professionally. The charge stated that on March 7th, he drove after consuming so much alcohol in proportion, and there's a bunch of numbers, exceeding the legal limit by 4 times. Silver owner Kate Ken issued a statement after Tuesday's convention that said it had been issued with the agreement of Jarity. The matter of Hayden's court is very personal to him and understands the amount of hurt and damage he has caused both to himself and closest to him. Since the incident, Hayden has been upfront and honest with him about what it's going through, which we have greatly appreciated, and offered support which is needed. It doesn't say if he was actually at work.
I have questions. It
just said that he got caught on March 7th. But still, the irony of the fact that he runs an alcohol-free bar called Silver, and he got burnt for drinking and driving 4 times the legal limit.
4 times the legal limit?
That's
that man
crazy.
should have been fucking comatose. How much does he drink regularly to be 4 times the legal limit and be able to function enough to get behind the wheel?
Right. This guy must be half sloshed all the time.
Drinker.
Especially when you're running a bar, that is the whole tagline of your bar. His whole bar is about promoting Silver Life.
I know.
And not driving drunk. And he literally fucking... And then you get put the news on it,
drinking. He has to be. You can't be 4 times the legal limit for the first time ever. And
I guarantee you this motherfucker was sneaking drinks at his bar. Like, he probably was spiking his own drinks or something.
Absolutely. No doubt.
He's probably drinking all day long.
All day, every day.
He probably drinks all day long. Yep.
You can't get 4 times the legal limit one time and function enough to get behind the wheel. You can't. That's a lot. That's a lot of booze, guys. Like a lot of booze.
Well, and it said something. His wife encouraged anyone struggling with alcohol abuse to seek help. So I'm going to assume that he was an alcoholic.
Yeah. Well,
it wasn't just a one-time incident. This probably was the first time he got caught. But people probably knew he was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So again, get help if you're an alcoholic.
He's kind of got rosy cheeks.
For a Silver bar.
Well, look. Okay. So yeah.
He's got rosy cheeks.
He does
He's got
have
the look.
The
Don't all
nose.
Scottish people have rosy cheeks, though?
The bulbous nose is a sign too, though, of alcoholism. See how kind of it's bulging at the tip there?
Yeah, I guarantee it was probably an open secret that he was an alcoholic.
I don't doubt it.
All his staff probably knew.
And I'm going to tell you right now, alcoholism's serious because I had a family member pass away from it, and it's sad and it's sick. And alcohol is horrible. I don't know how it's legal. Like I would prefer 100 weed smokers over, one drinker. Like,
my entire family are alcoholics. I'm the only one I'm the black sheep of the family because I don't drink.
I'm going to tell you
I
all
grew
right
up
now.
in an alcoholic environment.
Yeah.
Where it was normal.
I didn't, but my family is alcoholic. Like, I come from a family of alcoholics. Thankfully, my parents were not, but I don't drink because of that. So, I mean, you'll see me drinking out of a wine glass. It's carbonated water.
Yeah.
I never liked drinking. I always got sick before I ever got the buzz, but seeing like specifically what it did to like the men in my life, it made me not want to be around anybody that's out like that. Like, because specifically for me and all the men that I knew, I think I only knew one or two that wouldn't become unpredictable when they were drunk. So I never really wanted to be around drunks because 90% of them are extremely unpredictable.
They're all unpredictable.
100%. 100%.
Whether or not they're unpredictable in a good way or a bad way, all drunks are unpredictable. I have been on so many calls where it started off great, and then, I ended up being choked out by some random guy, like on a call, on a 911 call. Like, everyone is unpredictable when you have alcohol in you. Period. End of story.
Yeah, it's
I will die on that hill.
It's a horrible thing. Horrible thing.
I hate alcohol.
It really is. And like, I guess we just kind of go back to this here. But you know what? Like I said, the show isn't always laugh. Sometimes we can laugh at the story itself, but also like kind of get into a serious conversation on the source and why that story happened, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, the drunk fucking naked woman was funny. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Because I'm stoned.
Did.
I did. I forgot to play the actual raw footage. So I'm gonna put that on right now.
That's super big.
I forgot to put on a raw footage. So we're gonna watch the 4-minute raw footage from a cell phone on this.
I want.
She's up there, like. She's right up there. You're screaming there. Oh man, she's right into it. Look.
I will.
She's coming after.
So, that's insane. This lady's insane.
Yeah, she went after that guy.
Well, you can see the display all knocked over.
Oh.
Here anyway, it's not 5 animals. Knock it off.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that. Wow.
You heard it. They better get on their way.
Oh my God.
Come on, put here. Come on.
Okay.
Take your ass down. No. Get your fucking ass out of here, right? Sir.
Sir.
I got it. Put her down, please. Put her down. Don't throw her away.
Yeah, at this point, I think he is calling the cops.
Yeah.
Stop. God isn't real. Stop.
That poor dog.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's got to deal with her.
Scaring children.
Yeah.
Ew, you weirdo! What the hell?
You hear everybody going, ah!
Yeah.
He's showing her vagina there too, right?
Oh my god.
He's fully naked.
Wow.
Ew.
I'm not wearing a bra. I'm taking her bra off now. Oh my lord. Can you imagine if you had your kids in the store?
No.
Want to see my clitoris? Ew, you weirdo!
Yeah, she's physically going after
Wow.
He's on the phone with him. Okay, thank God.
He's on the phone with him. That's why I'm
That poor dog. That poor dog.
Yeah, that poor dog.
I feel bad for that dog. My great aunt was crazy like this. She used to have her dog running around. I always felt so bad for that dog.
Right there.
Crazy like
Watch
this.
out, kids!
My aunt was like this. My great aunt. She was like, wow.
What is this?
Oh, get her. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, fuck this lady.
Somebody better get this fucking bitch off me.
She
Get
went
off
after
me.
Nobody wants to
What are you
touch
gonna
her.
do? Like, you want to feel bad for her. You want to defend yourself, man. Like, I'm sorry, I took her in the face too.
You guys gotta get her.
Wow.
What is?
Someone get her.
Well, she's just going after everybody.
She is. Somebody needs to win, right? Like, this is
No,
where
fucking don't have my gun, because I'm shooting her.
Did you just hear that? I
no.
don't have my gun. I shoot her.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
But see, that woman shouldn't even have somebody that's soft. Like, I wouldn't have
anything.
Defenses go up. Somebody attacks you, right? You're gonna be mad.
Well,
You're
yeah.
gonna get and you're fucking adrenaline.
I know she did. It's all on fucking tape. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I was thinking someone's gotta take her down. She just kept going from one person to another, backing them.
Get in here.
She's so sweet.
Get this weirdo.
Is that the
Wow.
cops? Yeah, there's the cops finally.
Yeah.
She's fighting with everybody.
She attacked some woman.
Fighting with everybody.
Wow.
Oh dear.
I'll tell you something.
Wow.
That
That's a
woman
lot.
reminds me of my great aunt. My great aunt was schizophrenic, and she actually pointed a fucking shotgun in my face when I was 9 years old once.
Jesus,
And that
H.
literally looks like
Christ.
what she used to do
Whoa.
when she would go into her like her crazy when she wasn't on her meds, she would go off her meds.
Yeah.
And that's how she
Right.
would act when she went off her meds. So I'm gonna guess that woman probably is severely schizophrenic and was off her meds.
Yes. I'm saying she's off some meds. There's something.
Right?
That,
Right.
you know, in all honesty, like, we did laugh, like we've talked about. It was funny, but that woman needs serious help.
Oh yeah, she's gonna hurt somebody. Have you ever seen the video of that crazy bitch that stabbed that kid years ago? That random kid?
No.
Yeah.
No.
She was mentally ill and she fucking was walking along the sidewalk and this mom and dad were walking with their kid and she stabbed the fucking kid just completely at random. She just went at the kid and stabbed him. It's all on video.
Jesus
Wow.
fuck.
And it was all because like they didn't know her or nothing. It was complete like she just went after their kid.
Oh, I hate people. I
It
fucking
was
hate
somewhere in
people.
the States. And then you've got that crazy dude that stabbed that Russian girl, and he like literally was mentally ill too. You must have seen that. In
I
the
don't
US.
like.
Oh
I
yeah,
probably
yeah,
did.
yeah,
On the bus.
yeah.
She was sitting
I
on the
remember
bus
that
with her
one.
headphones.
Yeah.
And Buddy just walked up to her,
Oh.
stabbed her, and walked away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he had been in and out of the mental health system too prior. They knew he was dangerous.
Like,
See, I lived in
that
Toronto for
woman-
5 years.
Oh
Go ahead.
no.
That woman is going to end up really hurting somebody in the next incident,
Right.
right? Because she's
Yes.
going
Right.
after people. She's violent.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
And that's exactly
Yeah.
it. Like, and I just want to point out how calm the officer was with her. He did swoop in quickly, but he was not aggressive or, like confrontational, which I noticed too. She didn't freak out at him. She was very okay. Like, I just need my dog.
Yeah.
Which was
Yeah.
nice to see, because a lot of times officers will go in.
I think
hot
they
heavy.
dealt with her before.
Well-
It kind of looked like he may know her.
Okay. that's
Possibly,
fair.
but you know what? I was going to say earlier, and this is quite fitting now. There's a lot more law enforcement that are having mental health training to deal with this situation because they're the first front people on the scene in most cases.
7 firefighters.
And a lot of times the uniform people like they will just automatically see the uniform too, and that's a factor as well. Like, but I do like those people. I don't blame those people because she was getting violent, but in the same sense, there should have been a security guard that's trained properly in that store or that mall.
Yeah,
because nobody there was equipped to deal with her.
No,
and they don't have to be. That those are just customers and a manager that's running a store.
Yeah,
they're not equipped to deal with somebody mentally ill, right?
No.
And I feel bad for her, but in the same sense, I also feel for the people that are standing there and having to deal with her. And I mean, like if she lunged after my son, I'd fucking kill her.
Oh God, I wouldn't even be.
I wouldn't even think about her mental health. I would be moving fucking her
near my kid. I would
near my kid.
Yeah, me or my kid. If my kid wasn't around, she swung at me. Done. Like I don't even care. But if she come anywhere near my kid, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
That's what I mean. We as public aren't equipped to deal with somebody like that, and we shouldn't have to in public spaces. There should be proper fucking mental health, and there should be proper security in those places because it's obviously becoming a fucking issue. It's not once in a while type shit.
No.
Right.
We need more people out there to actually deal with it, maybe recognize when somebody's schizophrenic, because they probably could have gotten her out of the store before she even had that breakdown.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you're trained, you can tell when somebody's,
you can
in a state.
You can, exactly.
Yeah, I've sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And you would have been trained to diffuse the situation before you even got to that point.
Yeah.
Right.
Which thankfully I've been able to do several times in my career, thankfully.
Yeah. From the time I was about 11, from the time I was about 11 or 12, I was always been exposed to individuals that had mental health issues, schizophrenia, severe depression, other issues like substance abuse issues, that my parents and others that I knew that were trying to help them and guide them on a better path in life. But some of them made it through to a better life. Others, there's some that I know are good people that I don't know where they are now, even if they're I don't even know if they're still alive. I've tried searching for a couple of them and I can't find anything. But
and it's hard.
It's so I've been exposed to it for many years with close friends.
My actual uncle is actually a schizophrenic, and he is with Down syndrome and very violent. And so, I mean, I've had I've had to deal with and like a really kind of serious story. He actually tried to smother me twice when I was a child. It was hidden by the family because they didn't want him to go to jail. He was jealous because I was 2 years old when it happened. And so I'm just like Ron, like I've been around it, but we can recognize it. And people like us probably could have diffused that situation a little bit better because we have experience, but not everybody does. And that's the problem. Like that woman that got attacked, you could tell she didn't have any like training or knowledge. She's just defending herself and she didn't know how to react. Most of those people were making the situation worse, but they're acting on instinct, right?
But that's exactly it. They're reacting. They're not like there's no thinking. There's no because in that moment
they probably never dealt with anybody that has been like that, so they don't know how to kind of diffuse a situation. All they know is to defend themselves against something that they've never seen.
They feel threatened, so they're on the defensive immediately.
And I would be too if I didn't recognize she was having some sort of panic. With me, I think I would have been able to diffuse that situation just because of my crazy aunt. I would have recognized that she was going through a psychotic fit and probably start talking to her about her dog or something and distract her, right?
Yes, and that's exactly it.
Yeah.
And it's.
But those people, obviously, I don't think any of those people realized that she had a mental illness and they thought she was just being like, none of those people recognized it and were just all like, she's crazy, fuck her.
Or she's
instead of saying, get this woman help, she's going through a psychotic fit, right? They were all like, fuck this crazy bitch, right? They aren't recognizing what's going on with her, right? And they're just making the situation worse by aggravating her.
And that's it. And it's not on them to know, but that's what.
No, that's what I'm saying. We need a stronger system to actually deal with situations like that, because they're coming up so often now that it's obviously, I don't. I could be wrong, but I didn't see these issues as much in the 90s.
My signal, I think.
No.
Right. These incidents. So it's like, it's a phenomenon that's starting to increase. So we, as a culture, we need to really start dealing with it.
Yes.
Properly, or we're gonna have, like, we've had so many incidents of these people with these situations lashing out and killing people and hurting people. I mean, look at that dude on the bus in was it Edmonton or BC? Ron froze, so I'm just going to remove him for now. But do you remember that dude in Canada that stabbed everyone crazy on the bus?
Yeah.
Like, that kind of shit's just going to keep happening because we've got no mental health, right? And guess what happens with these people? They got no help. So guess what they go for? The drugs. Because that's what helps them. And then they get into a drug psychosis. So you've got somebody that's mentally ill that's now in a drug fucking psychosis. And that is the root problem for a lot of these, like, situations like we just seen with the store incident, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people too, like, it is becoming more it is becoming more, I guess, recognized. I hate to use that word, but so people are recognizing it out in the world, but like we said, not enough.
I think it's happening more too, just because, especially COVID, I found, like, I think lockdown really triggered a lot of people.
It opened, it unlocked a lot of fears for people. In all honesty.
It did.
It's just, like, I have severe PTSD, social anxiety, and I have issues going into public, like into like Costco, Walmart, all those places. When COVID hit, I had to do it for my parents because they were both immunocompromised at the time and couldn't go out. And I literally would sit in the parking lot of Costco, cry for 10 minutes, go in with headphones in and a podcast going, and just get what I had to get, and then leave, cry on the phone with my mom. Like, it is a real thing, and people need to understand that everybody has issues. You, me, like Joe Blow down the street. No one's immune to it. No one. And people
but I do think realize that. I think that, like, even me, like, I feel like I'm very, like, I might have had my issues, but I'm a very sane person. I'm very grounded. And COVID fucked me.
Yeah.
Like, just being under lockdown, the whole global phenomenon, realizing we could be controlled that easily and put under the thumb of the government that quickly. And the threat of, like, military coming, and like it was all, like, really just fucking, and I'm mentally strong, so I can only imagine what that did to somebody that had mental issues beforehand. And how they're feeling since, because we haven't got no fucking better.
No, we've
the
got
economy's gone up, or the inflation's gone through the roof. There's wars going on. We like, all of the landscape since hasn't settled.
No.
So
I'm just gonna grow. Sorry, I was just gonna say I'm just gonna keep growing my weed.
Yeah, me too. I live in my little bubble more now than I ever did because of it. It's like I have to shut it out sometimes because it will, like, cause so much anxiety. I won't sleep.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, I have to poke my head out and see what's going on. And I really do feel, like I said, I'm mentally strong right now, and this shit's like getting to my head. How the fuck is anybody with mental issues dealing with the landscape?
Right.
Because you talk to me.
Yes, and like I said, that's why I think
most days.
we see more and more of these types of stories coming out because our system is down. We're not taking care of it, but it's also been heightened, and more people. Anybody that had mild problems probably went to extreme during lockdown and haven't come back down from it.
But we're not taking care of each other. We're not.
No, and that too. We have no sense of community anymore. We really don't.
Breaking people down
and family
to make ourselves feel better. And I know we've been doing that for millennia, but, like, it is so much more prevalent now. Like, we are literally ripping people apart with our words, and not even thinking twice about it.
Because it's the internet, which is just a keyboard message where that you're not doing it to somebody's face. It's so much easier to do.
You're a keyboard warrior,
It's so much
and you're
easier
fucking gross.
to be mean to somebody online than it is to be to their face. And we're not in a society that we have very many face-to-face events with strangers anymore since COVID and lockdown. The events that we do have are usually small with our friends.
Yeah.
We're not having those big events anymore around a bunch of strangers. We're missing that face-to-face interaction with people we don't know.
And
so it's easy for us to attack people we don't know because we're not doing it in a setting like at a bar or something. We're doing it online where they can't come at us.
Exactly.
But before the internet and before that, when we had to go out and meet strangers in the bars, we were a little more fucking polite.
Yeah. Yeah, because you could get your face punched in real fucking quick.
Same with high school. Like I got picked on in high school, yes. But I'm telling you right now that a lot of people didn't say that shit to my face. Right. But the internet makes it so easy for you to be mean to somebody online behind their back with all your friends.
Yes.
Right.
That the bullying, like I think, has gotten even worse in teenage years because it's just so easy to do it behind their back. Where in my day, you had to do it to their face and probably get punched out for it.
Yeah. Hey, look, Christine, it's you.
Pretty damn close.
That's Mario.
Yeah, because teens are exposed to it 24/7 through social media.
Yes.
So there's no option for downtime. Like once everyone went home from school, that was it. Now they're with them to getting the bullying right in their bed. They're lying in bed.
Yeah.
Trying to go to sleep and
reading it and fuck that. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, because I came from the days when we didn't even have cell phones. We legit, it was the landline that I had to go sit in the kitchen and talk to my friends on.
Yeah, you had
and I had a limit of like 15
go to your
minutes on the phone,
bedroom,
and that was it.
I remember when I only had to dial.
Back then.
What?
I thought that was bad back then, but I'm telling you right now, it like you said, it enabled me to shut off from that shit. And all that stuff that was going on at school. Like kids don't get that. It's just they're constantly in each other's lives.
Yeah.
My kid's not on social media, and I'm telling you, he's much better off for it.
Mine isn't either.
He's not on any of that shit with any of them.
I refuse right now. Like I refuse right now. He's asked to do certain things, and I'm like, not even gonna happen.
Jace don't even want to. The only thing that he's on is Discord to talk to his gaming buddies about his fucking World of Warcraft, and that's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's not on Snapchat. He's not on and he's much more mentally stable because he's not involved in that whole group that is always online.
Yeah.
And always Snapchatting each other and messing each other back and forth and saying shit. And in contrast, the other child I had here, he was in that, and you can see the difference, right?
Yes.
And all the kids, those kids that are constant, I've seen them, they were all here.
Yeah.
And like it's not good. It's not good for them to be constantly online and have all their lives online.
Yeah, the way their brains are engaged is not.
They're all mush now. They're all their brains are mush.
Not all, some.
Well, yes.
There are some parents that are still keeping the old school ways. I know Jace's friends, all the ones that he gravitates towards are the same as him. The parents aren't letting them online as much. They're not on Snapchat. They're listening to old school music. So there is still the group of kids that are getting taught, but it's usually by more. I actually explained this the other day. I found that it's the kids like me. I got raised by my grandparents. I didn't get raised by that generation where my mom is. Those moms sucked because they were all getting into the feminism and I want to go out and work shit. I'm not joking. That's the first generation of latchkey kids.
Yes, that was my generation. I just
exactly. And I see people that I like. I'm always so glad now that I got raised under my grandmother and those old school morals with the grandmother that was always there, and I couldn't get away with shit.
Yeah.
Because all the kids that I knew that the parents worked all the time, they were always going and getting away with shit because the parents were never around to fucking enforce rules.
Right.
They got home after. After
My
school, they had a
parents-
key to the house and they got to come and go pretty much as they pleased.
That line between parenting and friendship, my parents danced that perfectly, man. Like they were literally my best friends, but growing up, they were strict enough that my sister and I, like, we were in line all through school, you know, like, but they were also the cool parents that all my friends wanted to be at. You know, my friends came to my house because my parents were cool, but they were strict. It was weird.
That's
But
what
I get what
that's
you're
kind of
saying.
where I'm at too. Like me and my kid, we talk about all kinds of stuff that most parents don't talk to, but I don't like I always said to him, like I was so strict with him growing up. Now he's 16. It doesn't cross his mind because I laid down the foundation early in his life that I don't have a 16-year-old that wants to rebel.
That's
Right. But it's because I really focused on that shit early on, manners and respect and that.
Oh,
really early to the point where I used to get into screaming matches with my family because they're like, "You're too hard on him." I'm like, "I'm fucking training him now before he gets too big.
Teach him fucking
he's
early,
going
man.
to fear me before he's too big." That was my goal, and I have. He's not too big for me, but
I get
when
it.
he was 2, I made sure he didn't fucking talk back to me. I made sure he respected his mother and other people.
Mine too. Because my kid is going to be bigger than me eventually. You know,
that's what my idea was. And I remember people telling me, and even like mothers in public being like, "You're too hard on your kid." And I'm like, "Yeah, and that's why your kid's 16 calling you a fat bitch to your face." Like, leave me that, right?
Exactly.
My kid respects me, right?
Exactly.
And I don't see that in a lot of kids. And it's because I don't think a lot of the parents lay down that foundation.
They're scared of their kids. They're scared of them.
Well, a lot of them, I think, again, they work so much that they didn't spend the time. A lot of them go back to work and those kids are put into daycare or in the school system. The school system's not teaching them this shit.
Nope.
Right? So you've got these kids that are never taught morals or rules because their parents are too busy working. And I don't even really blame the parents because by the time they get home, they can't be parents because they've worked for fucking 8 to 10 hours for fucking just to
cook
survive.
supper. Yeah, there's so much to do. Like, it's hard.
And I don't blame the parents. I blame it's just like it's the economy and everything. There needs to be, I think, in order to have a good balanced life, there has to be one parent at home, whether it be male or female, that's there with the kids and actually enforcing that shit on a daily basis until they're old enough to think for themselves. Because if you don't, and your kid is sitting home in front of the fucking TV or sitting at daycare and being dealt with they're getting taught the basics by daycare workers, but daycare workers don't have the time to teach your fucking kids morals. They're just making sure they're not shitting themselves and wiping
right.
You know what I mean? They're making sure that their ass ain't shitty and they're fed and they're not killing each other, but they don't have the time to sit down and teach every single one of them kids their fucking moral set.
That's true.
And if you're not doing it, who the fuck's doing it?
Nobody.
So that's the problem, is that these kids don't get quality time with their parents and they get taught their morals from television and fucking Snapchat and social media, and they think that's how the world works because nobody's fucking told them otherwise.
Yep.
Parents are too fucking busy working to fucking pay attention to what their kids are doing.
Yep. And the internet is raising kids now.
That's it. And they're getting
and when
raised by engagement baiting fucking shit that just wants to make money off them.
Yep. Exactly.
And when the real world happens, they can't function.
No.
That's it.
They don't know how to.
They think they can make money off TikTok and fucking sitting at home fucking, and they're not prepared. They're not mentally prepared for nothing because they're watching these influencers and they think that they can live that lifestyle. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
Because I had the contrast of one that's not on social media and one that is. And this one over here thinks he can make money off YouTube and fucking TikTok. And the other one is going to learn working.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have a real view on life. He's just getting the TikTok fucking YouTube version of life.
Yeah.
And they're all and they're faking their wealth anyway. The people that they're on their following ain't even fucking years rich or fucking it's just all for show. So they're just faking their lifestyle, and these kids are watching it thinking it's real and that they can emulate it when they grow up. Then they grow up and they're like, oh shit, we can't do that. Well, now what the fuck are we gonna do?
Yes, and this is what, like I'm trying to instill in my son is that like you can't, because he's at that stage where he's like, I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up. And I was like, dude, no, like let's aim higher, please. Like, and it's hard because he sees all his friends or older people being like, they have YouTube accounts, and he's like, all my friends have YouTube accounts, and I'm like, that's fine, you're not, period, end of story. Like, I'm not doing that. I won't go down that road with him. No, because I refuse to let the internet raise my kid, period.
Yeah, well, and that's like I said, but they also get this view like making YouTube is just like money in the bank. It's like, it's more work, if not just like there's just as much work to go into making a YouTube channel or any kind of channel to make money from it as you're doing your job. It's not just sitting here making money like they're making it look. They got a team of people paying to edit and fucking shoot their shit.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
You're just not seeing that because they're pretending like they're the only ones doing it.
Yeah,
but
there's
they got
a lot
people
behind the
writing their
scenes
scripts and all their other shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And if they're doing it by themselves, then they're working a good 5 to 8 hours a day to put out a proper show.
Yep, 100%. 100%.
Right? Because I've been doing shows, and I can tell you to put out a proper show, that's not just rage bait. There's some work behind it.
Yeah,
even if you're using tools, there's still, if you want to make a quality, there's still work behind it.
Well,
and you still got to put 2 or 3 years in with no pay before you see any fucking pay. So it's not the easy way out like these kids think it is, but these YouTubers and these TikTokers make it seem that way.
Yep.
And again, because they're not being sat down by their parents and actually being taught, passed down shit, information, that's all they think that's learned. Like I said, I've watched this, and God love her. I love my friend, but she was living with me for a while, and I've seen it where she was working 12-hour days. And she would come home and she couldn't even interact with her daughter because she was so fucking tired from work. That she would literally go into the living room, sit down, and fall asleep on the couch. And I felt so fucking bad for her because she was trying to be a good mom. But she also was stuck working 12-hour shifts wherever she was working.
And I mean, a lot of those times, 12-hour shifts turn into 14 or 16 hours, like.
And even by the time you get home, by the time you get to work and from work, you know what I mean? So it's like I sat there and watched this and watched her daughter sit in that living room with her face stuck in the phone.
Yeah.
Because that's what she was used to. Because like I said, her mother just had no energy by the time she got home from work to even sit there and properly have a conversation with anybody, let alone her daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
And she just didn't have the energy. And I felt bad for her because I'm like, she needs to work to make sure there's a roof over her kid's head. But now she's sacrificing the time that daughter needs to fucking really learn from her. And she's literally learning from fucking the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So and we got into that conversation, and that was a great conversation. But we are 15 minutes over, and I know poor Jennifer is going to go and crash and go to sleep right after this. She's probably getting sleepy.
All right,
so,
it's way past my bedtime.
Conversation. I love when we kind of get into these little sidetracks every once in a while, because if this show we can laugh, but we can also talk about like these issues and really like bring them to light and just I love it too. So. I think, did Ron freeze again? Oh, there he froze again. Oh. You get your Starlink soon, Ron, or you won't be freezing no more.
Right. Yes. Oh, I can't wait. I got to find a good time to install the mount.
Right now.
Don't worry, I'm at it with you. I can put that Wi-Fi stick in my gaming PC, and I'll be getting that done this week. So I'm with you, installing it and getting it up there. You're telling people, I'll get it. It'll be
Right.
So, yeah. So we'll end off for tonight. Great discussion, you guys, tonight. I really loved it. Like I said, I love when we kind of veer off into the little topics. But the next thing I'm going to do is, because I know that, where is it? Come on. Fuck me. There it is. Let's see, my cute face is in there, but I'm going to put Ron in there so he can do a shout out on his show to the Stoner Top too.
Yeah, well, thank you again for having me on tonight. And I missed last week because of I was driving home in a big RV, and big 30. I don't know how big it was, 28 foot, 30 foot, or whatever. But then there was a big deck off the back for the generator. So yeah, we it took a while. It took a while to drive, and we ended up coming through different bands of snow and such. So, but I made it home. And it was a fun time. So yeah, I missed the show, but I'm here tonight. So again, I had a great time, great laughs, and after the show, I got to work on picking news stories for Ganja News Update tomorrow night for 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tara Simpson, I got it right this time. Tara Simpson and myself will be doing a pre-record of the show tomorrow morning, and the show will air at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. And then Grow 420, my podcast that follows my cannabis grow, and I sometimes showcase some of my viewers' grows as well, is every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on NOK Network. So
you really can't blame me for forgetting my Tara's name all the time, because you are the forgetful stoner. So I guess you're.
I know, right? So, well, thing is, I've always had memory issues, and it may be due to a bunch of different things, medications I've been on in the past, and a whole bunch of other things. So, but now I get to at least blame it on the weed.
Yes.
Listen, I'll tell you a personal story of mine really quickly. When I was like 7 years old, it took me like 2 years to remember my own Aunt Shelley's name. And I was like 6 or 7, so you can't blame the pot, you can't blame nothing.
No.
And I kept forgetting that her name was Shelley. And it just like, she started to take it personally, because it was like a year and a half, 2 years that I remembered who my Aunt Shelley was. And I always forget her birthday, even though it's like next to my mom's, and I forget my mom's and my aunt's birthday every year. And they both call me every year, and they're like, seriously, it's been like, we've been alive for like 60 years. You can't remember. So don't feel bad, Ron. I don't think you're the only one that suffers from that type of memory loss.
Sometimes I can't even remember what I ate for dinner.
Dude, that's me. Well, I blame it on baby brain, even though he's 10.
And I'm gonna give a little shout out, because with the Stoner Cup, there is, like, I think tonight's the deadline for any entries. So anybody that wants to enter, go to stonercupsgame.ca. Show your best. So if anybody's got any entries of edibles or flower or concentrates that they want to kind of show off, definitely go there, because I do know the deadline is tonight. Or is it tonight? I'm pretty sure it is tonight, Ron.
I do believe. Yeah.
The entries are in tonight, and then the judges' kit will be going out at some point there. I'm going to know the dates, but I want to give a shout out to that, because I'm going to be doing some entries. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'll keep that a secret. So we'll do that shout out for Kim, because I know that, like I said, she's working her ass off to get entries for that Stoner Games Cup. So
yeah, cool. And that was the purpose of us. Yeah, that was the purpose of me going down to this event. We had a booth there promoting the 710 Stoner Games and the Stoner Games Cannabis Cup. So we were talking to different vendors that have product for sale, or their own. We accept resellers and own your own product, whether it be flower, concentrates, mushrooms. All hash is another.
And then concentrates is a separate one too.
Yeah, there's like 10 categories, and this is the third year for the cup. So it's exciting. I'm a judge again this year, so I can't wait.
Yeah, I am too. So yeah, and it's always fun to get the judges pack, because then you always get like these little surprises for about a month that you get to try out, and it's always I always save it for my birthday, because I get it right on my birthday. So
awesome.
Awesome. So yeah, we'll give a shout out to that, and then we will see you next Sunday for Crime and Cannabis as well. Until then, I'll let you guys go. It was a great show, guys. So thank you very much.
Peace.
See you next week.
Dirty Dave, award-winning cultivator for over 4 decades. Dirty Dave, prize genetics fueled by advanced nutrients, original OG organics. Dirty Dave, award-winning products available at these fine establishments. Ask your shop to carry Dirty Dave. Contact us at dirtiesdoggies@gmail.com. Join us for NOK Network monthly specials, 12 months a year, movie nights, spotlights on entertainment, and live on location coverage. Stay up to date about upcoming programming by subscribing to NOK Network on Rumble, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Twitch, and Facebook. Check out our webpage at www.noknetwork.com.
aka Sublimator Warrior, and I would like to welcome you to Smoke Signal in Tyndinaga.
One dab make your whole dome drip sweat. One dab make the homies all dip set.
Smoke Signals, Tyndinaga.
Smoke Signals, Tyndinaga.
Smoke Signals, Tyndinaga.
Ooey, ooey, gooey, that's a sticky dab. Sticky dab. Might just have to put this one on Instagram.
Smoke Signals, Tyndinaga.
Hold it in, feel it in your wrist.
Smoke Signals, Tyndinaga.
Check us out in Tyndinaga. 55 Highway 49 in Tyndinaga. It's on the res, and we're open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week.